Come back before we move to the grammar lesson. Let's review and repeat and pronounce these words one more time. Please repeat after me together. Number one, unites. Unites means what? To bring people together. Like United Nations unites the world, brings the world together. Ownership means what? Belonging. It comes from the word own. Own means what? To have, something that belongs to you. You say that I own a car. Means what? I have a car. The car belongs to me. I purchased it. I own a car. Owner is what? The person who owns something. Like you could say that I am the owner of this car. Means this car belongs to me. I purchased it. I am the owner. You could be the owner of a house, the owner of a whatever. Ownership is the noun of owner. It means the same thing. It's just used differently. Obviously means clearly. Obvious means clear. Obviously means clearly. So obviously, United Nations tries to unite the world. Clearly, that's what the United Nations wants. Enforce means try to make something happen, implement. Like the Congress makes the law, the police enforce the law. Enforce means someone who makes sure that the law is used and implemented. Enforce. Attempt, we said that force means what? Power. And attempt means what? Try. You attempt means you try. Purposes means objectives, goals. People have different purposes for getting a college degree. Religion, which we didn't use it on this list, simply means what? A system of beliefs. Like Islam is a religion, Christianity is another religion. Okay? Now, please repeat after me one more time together. Unites. Ownership. Obviously. Enforce. Force. Attempting. Purposes. Religion. Now let's go to the next page. This next page, next slide, you see a list of these connectors. And these connectors, as we said before, they're called conjunctions. And the way I have listed them, that FANBOYS, so that's the acronym that just makes fanboys to remember them. And so what they do is they connect parts of speech or they connect phrases and or clauses. We studied this a long time ago. We also studied that what? That these conjunctions have what? Different meanings. Like for means what? Reason, means because. And shows addition. You could say that what? I study English with Dr. Popal on Noor TV, and I also go to Adult Education Center. You add ideas. I went to Safeway, and I bought bread and butter. Bread and butter. You add. It's used for addition. Nor is not used a lot in spoken English, but is used in written English. It simply means negation. Two negative ideas are connected. But means express contrast. That two ideas don't agree with one another. You say, I went to the supermarket, but I didn't buy anything. Then why did you go to supermarket if you didn't want to buy anything? So that shows a contrast. He's very sick, but it doesn't go to the doctor. The person is sick. He's supposed to go to the doctor, but it doesn't. So if two things are not logical, then you use but. Or shows choice, and yet is the same as but, and so expresses what? Results. Here are some examples. For, we have what? We say that sentences for each one of them. Jim goes to school for he wants to get a degree because he wants to get a degree. I need a book and a pen. So you add ideas. Jim doesn't have a car, nor does he have a bike. In this case, nor connects two negative sentences. In other words, Jim doesn't have a car. Jim doesn't have a bike. And instead of coming up with two sentences, you connect it that way. And then but means contrast. Tim likes coffee, but not tea. Or means choice. yet is contrast, meaning that Tim speaks the Ri, yet he can't read and write it. He can't. And so Jim was sick, so he went to the hospital. It shows that that's what happened. Now, as we said that these were for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. These are conjunctions. We call them correlative conjunctions. But what we are practicing today is correlative conjunction. Means these conjunctions come in pairs, comes in two. While these words for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, they could be used all by themselves. Okay, each one of them could be used by itself. It doesn't need another one. But these ones, like you say, both and, you have to use both of them. Not only, but also. They come in pair. Okay? You do the same thing. You connect phrases or sentences or parts of speech. Neither nor. And then what? Either or. So you use what? Both and, not only, but also to add addition. And it means simply and. Wherever you can use A and D, and, you can use not only, but also, or both and. Nor is used for what? For negation. So wherever you can use nor, you can also use what? Neither nor. Either or is used for what? For choice. So these were the rules that we studied last week, that they are what? That they are followed by the same grammatical form. That's one rule. Another rule was that with an exception of both and, the rest of them, the verb agrees with the closest noun, not with what is in the whole sentence. That's something very important to know. And also, of course, we talked about the meaning. What I have for you here, I have two sentences. I want you to see what kind of relationship do they have. Do they have the relationship of addition, of contrast, choice, or negation? Use these correlative conjunctions and connect them. Here is the first sentence. John called the principal. Tim called the principal. Remember, principal is what? The director of a school. So John called the director of the school, and Tim called the director of the school. We are adding ideas. So which one will you use? Which of these correlative conjunctions you can use? There are actually two correlative conjunctions you can use. One is what? To say both John and Tim called the principal. So you use both and. The other correlative you can use is what? Not only, but also. You say not only John, but also Tim called the principal. So both of them. But remember, after not only you have John noun, after but also you have what? Tim noun. The same thing. Both, after both you have noun John, and after and you have noun John. So these words, these conjunctions, they need to be followed by exactly the same part of speech or the same phrase and same clause. You can also connect these sentences with what? With just a conjunction. And that will be what? John and Tim called the principal. Okay? So it's possible to connect these three sentences in three different ways.